the way, how are you doing? I really hope you're enjoying this class so far, and more importantly, I hope you're getting a lot out of it. All right, so we've discussed passion and we've discussed purpose, but that's only half of the story. You know, a lot of people have found their passion and they live their purpose, but you know what? They're broke, which brings us to the last part of our Get Rich Doing What You Love formula. And what is it? It is the other P, profit. Yes, you heard right. Profit as in money, and hopefully a lot of money. Of course, there's going to be some people they don't believe that passion and purpose should have anything to do with money, right? And you know what? Hey, that might be nice in a fairy world, but in the real world, my friends, that just doesn't work. I mean, here's a question. Don't you want to live your passion and your purpose for most, if not all of your life? Yeah? Well, how the heck can you do that if you're broke? It's unsustainable. So, the Holy Grail is to be able to blend. What's the word? Blend all three elements together. Your passion, your purpose, and your profit, aka wealth. Yes or yes? Now, if you could do that, wouldn't that be a blessing? A blessing for you and a blessing for those that you help? You know what? I think so. So if you've got issues with money and you've got issues with wealth, you're probably not going to enjoy learning from me, because I believe that money is good and wealth is even better. And the more we have, the more we can circulate and the more we can help and contribute to others. By the way, who do you help by being broke? I'm asking a question. Who do you help by being broke? Here's the easy answer. No one. No one. I'm sorry. I don't mean to be rude, but if you think you're a better person, a kinder person, a more enlightened person by being broke, clue, you're not. You're just broke. So again, I apologize if my beliefs bother you, and maybe you don't like me anymore. And if that's the case, you know what? We are probably just not a good fit for each other. And I highly recommend that if that's the case, you just find another teacher, a broke one. Now, as for everybody else, again, our intention here is to put it all together. So the trick is to not only live with passion and on purpose, but also to package those up in a business or career that will be financially successful, good or good. I hope you said fantastic. All right. And we're going to call that package, the whole thing, we're going to call that your vision. Your what? Your vision. Your vision is the way that you express your passion and your purpose in the real world. It's your vehicle for delivering your value, your product, or your service to others in a way that they're willing to pay you for it. Simply put, your vision is a snapshot. What's the word? A snapshot of the ideal way that you see yourself in your business or career in the future. That's why it's called a vision. And here too, it's really important that your vision is super, super clear. Again, clarity gives you the power to what? To do. And when it comes to your vision, it gives you something else that is very, very, very important. Would you like to know what it is? Here it is. Direction. What's the word? Direction. Having direction is absolutely critical. Yes or yes? So in our longer program, we teach several guidelines to help our students actually create their vision. I want to make absolutely sure you get a good start. So let me share just 2 or 3 of those with you right now and right here. Good or good? All right, here we go. Let's start with number 1. Number 1, and why are we starting there? Because it's a good place to start, right? Your vision should utilize your natural talents and God or spirit or universal given gifts. You know what? The happiest people are those utilizing their natural talents and sharing their natural gifts. Why? Why? Because you got your talents from spirit. And therefore, listen closely, and therefore, when you are using those talents, you are connected to your spirit. The process of using your natural talents tends to happen, well, it happens organically usually. So you don't have to start by saying, oh, I'm going to be a well-known seminar leader and author, or I'm going to own one of the largest river rafting companies in the world, or I'm going to start an internet consulting company. No, that's not usually where you start with this. You actually begin simply by sharing your gift and helping others in a small and simple way. It's very natural. Have you heard of that name, Wally Famous Amos? Well, he never went out to start a cookie company. He never did. He was often told that he baked great tasting, yum, 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 great tasting cookies. And he started baking cookies as what? As thank yous for people. And people loved them. And they asked if they could buy more. So he started baking more. Eventually, more orders, more baking. Then he needed help, so he hired people to help him. And in time, it turned into one of the largest cookie businesses in the world. The point being, he was just good at baking cookies. And so that's what he did. He started there with his natural talent. And so can, and so should you. So, how do you know what your natural talents might be? Well, let me offer you a clue. Here's an easy one. What are you really good at? Or what do other people say that you're really good at? And by the way, those are a little bit different because sometimes we won't see ourselves as good at something. Do you want to know? And other people will see that. And do you want to know why? Because it's just normal for us. We go, well, we don't think of ourselves as good or excellent at this. It's just normal. We just do what we do. But other people go, wow, you're so natural. You're such a natural at this. You're good at this. All right? So what are you really good at? And what do other people say that you're really good at? Now, another clue to your natural talent is to look at what you were naturally good at when you were young. Before you were told what you could and couldn't do and what was appropriate or realistic for you to do. Let me give you an example. My own daughter. Well, she's always been extremely creative and very artistic. She's a whiz at writing poems. And from the time she was like, I'm not kidding you, 3 years old, she would love to dress up in all kinds of costumes and outfits, the little crowns, a little princess dress, everything you could think of. And I've always made it a point to remind her of how much she really, really enjoys these endeavors and how great she is at them and that she has this gift for a reason. Well, fast forward, because today she is in the fashion industry. And yes, she's constantly dressing up, and now she's dressing up others too. And she loves it. And of course, because of that, she's extremely successful at it. So in creating your vision, I want you to make sure that you will be using your natural talents. And that's different than the skills that you learned. I said as in things that you were kind of naturally born with. Make sure you get that difference, okay? All right, let's go to what I'm going to call guidelines. Guideline number 2. Your vision must be bold enough. In other words, the picture that you have of yourself in your business or career must be big enough to excite you and big enough to not limit you. As I've mentioned before, I have pretty well about 2 million students from all over the world. And you know what? 90% of them, they got the same huge problem that prevents them from reaching the success that they really desire. And my guess is that 90% of you might actually have this problem as well. Would you like to know what it is? No? Okay, we'll pass on it. Okay. It's not that your goals and dreams are too high and you miss them. It's that they are too low and you hit them. I want to repeat that. I want to repeat it so it sinks in. Again, it is not that your goals and dreams are too high and you miss them. It's that they are too low and you hit them. What does this mean? It means that most people choose a vision that is just too small for them. A vision that doesn't excite them. It doesn't excite them. A vision that doesn't challenge them and that doesn't force them to grow. Most people choose a vision that they think they can attain comfortably. But make no mistake, I'm going to tell you a rich person's secret right now, and I hope that you're open to hearing it. Are you ready? Here it is. Comfort is the kiss of death to high levels of success, especially financial success. Bottom line, your vision should be bold and it should push you to becoming a bigger, better, and stronger person. Now, some of you might say, hey, Harv, having a big vision, well, that's scary. Here's my answer. Good. It's perfectly normal for your vision to be exciting and scary at the same time. In fact, if you're not scared, it's probably not big and juicy enough. Here's a question I love to ask because it's incredibly freeing. Are you ready? You're not ready again. I'm ready. Are you ready? Here we go. What would you do if it were absolutely guaranteed that you could not fail? I'm going to ask you that question again and think about it for a second. Feel into it. What would you do if it were absolutely guaranteed you could not fail? Whatever your answer, here's my response. Just frickin' do it. Okay, number 3. The last vision guideline that I want to share with you for this class is to, listen closely, utilize models. Utilize models. And this is one of my favorites because it is so simple. Listen, here's a little info for you in case you didn't know, but I'm positive that you did. There's over 7 billion people in this world. And there is a good chance that 1 or 2 or a few are doing what you want to do, and some even in the way that you want to do it. So the question is, who is doing what you want to do? And the next step is simple, to research them. Research them. Learn what they did and what they do now, and then possibly model them or big parts of what they do. And you know what? Sometimes it could be a combination of people. I remember many moons ago, I was at a one-day success seminar that had several speakers. And I had just sold my business. As I said earlier, I'd become a millionaire. And you know what I realized at that success seminar? That the way I'd become successful was not the way that people were being taught. I tuned into my natural talents, and I recognized that I have always liked to give advice if I thought I could really help someone. Even when I was a kid, I remember that. And at this seminar, I listened to all the speakers, but two of them stood out for me. Can I give you their names? Zig Ziglar and Brian Tracy. And then it hit me. That's what I want to do. That's who I want to be. I want to be a personal success trainer. And I want to be a combination, a blend of those two. I want to have the style, the flair, the showmanship of Zig Ziglar, but with the valuable data and information of Brian Tracy. And this vision became my guiding light. And the rest, as they say, is history. So what about you? Who or what business or what organization might be a model or a combination of models for you and your vision? And remember, you can always put your own unique spin on it and make it even more personal to you. And you know what? You will, because you can't help that. You will, so don't go, well, I don't want to copy them exactly. You won't. Don't worry about that. Let's cross that bridge when we get there. Not to worry, okay? You just model it, and you're going to end up doing what you do anyways. You're going to end up putting your own personality and style in it, all right? But if you have a model to start with, it just makes it easier. Yes or yes. So there you have it. You now have the recipe to get rich doing what you love. You start with a bowl of passion, you add a layer of purpose, and then you add a lot. Let me repeat, a lot of profit or income or wealth or whatever you want to call the money and success side. Good or good. Okay,